I mean, I found my build. Either way, we're gonna test it. Worst case scenario, it's not gonna work. And the numbers are wrong, and it's just shit. And then we reroll into probably Stormbrand. I mean, I really like this. I'll be honest. Even if it does half the damage that I think it does, like if the numbers are just completely wrong, it just does half damage, it's actually still really good. Like, crazy good. And the best part is, it uses all the same gear as Reaper does without all of the bullshit, you know? It applies Wither on hit. It applies Wither apparently when it's in the smoke. It applies Wither once per second to enemies in the storm. It does the new Chaos.Golem, which has the same duration as it has cooldown. So if we get a little bit of duration, we ensure that it's always active. It's got a large AoE. It's got a large permanent duration. The damage probably doesn't stack. I mean, 100% it doesn't stack. But the Wither effect should. So we're always at max Wither stacks no matter what we do and how we approach it. And then it does 2.5 times the damage of regular version. And 50% more area of effect. Apparently, this ability already has a 20% area of effect modifier on the base. Which means that it's either 70%... or it's another 25% of 50%, which I don't know. And the radius is 2 meters, so pretty good. Obviously, we can get that to like 4.3 probably off the top of my dome. And then you might be like, yeah, but it probably doesn't do damage. So what if you have Wither and AoE and permanent uptime? It probably doesn't do any damage. Well, apparently, Summon Chaos Golem as an absolute baseline with 0 scaling, the base damage of it. Okay, so this is the not new numbers, yes? This is just regular in-game Chaos Golem. And not only does it do 1.631 base, which is a lot. If you had to compare it with something like Cold Dot, it's 1.9. Yeah? But the thing is, we do 250% of this. That's a load. And then also, apparently, if PoEDB is correct, which again, I don't know if these numbers are correct because they seem way too ridiculous. Modifiers to spell damage apply to the skill's damage over time. So just like we did with Boris last league, we can scale it with Malevolence, of course. I'm just gonna bump up the damage. But you might be like, oh, but then you have to get aura effect and that's not very efficient. Well, it is because we can be champion. But most importantly, we can scale 2 damaging auras at once because Zealotry also works. So basically, if these numbers are accurate, we have permanent Wither, always. We don't have to only use these golems, so we don't have to even go Elementalist if we don't want to. We can use a regular version of a golem, so we have all of the benefits of a Golemancer, running Stone Golem that taunts, and a regular Chaos Golem that gives us physical damage mitigation. I can even run a Fire Golem, and with the 15 stacks of Wither, I can make it so that, yeah, we can't scale the Wither, I don't think. But we can make it so that even my own character can do a boatload of damage. Either through being an Occultist, or being a champion, or being an Elementalist. Hell, I can even go Necromancer. You know what? If we're talking about scaling Boris, what if I have a bunch of Chaos Golems and Boris at the same time for turbo stacking, super stacking, you know? That's crazy. That's a lot of damage. We are talking in the millions of permanent dot uptime. That's really good. And we have all of the defensive thing that goes alongside this too. So yeah, I think there's no way that these numbers are accurate, and probably something's gonna go wrong, or it's gonna be bugged, or some other bullshit. But just looking at this, it looks really, really, really promising, man. Looks really promising. Because that's all you want to do in PoE currently anyway. Scale auras, go champion, play game. The only downside is that Anima Stone only gives you 1 golem now. But we still have to use a Might. And then we can use the other Primordials too. And those ones I'm pretty sure are pretty good. Actually, wasn't one of these giving like a lot of scaling? Primordial Eminence. Golems have increased attack and cast speed. Oh, that's what it is. And then gave buffs. And then armor. Then we have... Golem skills have increased cooldown recovery rate, which would help us with the uptime. Summon golems have increased cooldown recovery rate by 45%. 20% increased golem damage for each type of golem you have summoned, which we would have 3 of, so that's 60% damage. And then it's regenning, and then obviously you run the Might for the extra survivability. I don't know, it looks really good. The only, actually, what about the sockets though? Now that I think about it. I can give them Void Manipulation, I can give them Swift Affliction, I can give them... Spell damage works, that's right! I can give them Controlled. Oh, dude, I can give them anything I want. Everything works. They're not like RF or anything. It's still duration based. I don't think I have to give them a tag. Oh, brother. Oh, my brother. I'm gonna bust her. That's crazy. That's really good. I'm getting so excited, I bet it's not even gonna work, chat. Don't give me hope. I actually get to play golems. Holy shit.